Hey guys, it's your girl Tara Crush back with another review, and this time it is for Basketball Wives season 13, episode 2. Okay. Season 9, episode 2. I'm sorry. Okay, let me just say I was supposed to make a video this weekend about colorism and how my opinion has changed about the show. But I decided against doing that. I said no. Because what you have to say is important, Tara. Because it's not like if OG's whole point is, even though there are other women on the show that are her complexion and her color, now we have to look at the features and featureism, I guess. I don't understand this. Whatever happened to a good roast? And for me, OG is sitting here acting like she didn't feel any type of way. She just experienced something. Well, what are you talking about? I don't get it. I'm trying to get it. I wanted to get it. And I did dig a little deeper into Basketball Wives history because the way I see it, anybody can get it on their show. They don't care if you light, bright, damn near white, Asian, it don't matter. You can get it. And so for me, I don't really get off on people pulling the colorism card because first of all, there is a little bit of colorism in everybody. Especially if you're a person of color, as far as I'm concerned, because you see the little contests, then they're for play. Light-skinned dudes be light-skinned, dark-skinned dudes be light-skinned. That is colorism, but it is within the American society for whatever reason. Now, I will say that colorism, I don't want it to be confused with racism, because colorism amongst people of color is just insults. There's not a system in place that can actually negatively impact the progression of someone, from experiencing colorism. Now, if it's in a case where, it's a white company and they only want to hire light-skinned blacks, that is colorism as well, but that's also racism. So it gets a little sticky. So I like to be careful in using these words. Now, what I will say, I do not believe that in the exchange of OG and Evelyn, that Evelyn showed herself to be a colorist. However, I did dig deep. I dug back into some of Evelyn's previous tweets, statements she's made, and I can see where people are trying to connect some dots and say, well, look, she said this on this day in 2016, or she said this on this day in 2012. So yes, she is a colorist. Yes, she is. And but the comment that really took me aback, somebody asked her about getting Ocho Cinco on her arm. And she said that would just be a black circle. And to me, that was, okay, you're a colorist. You have it in you. I'm not saying that she discriminates against people because of the color of their skin. It's just some light-skinned people, and I am not excusing this at all. So please do not think I'm excusing this behavior. I'm not. I'm just trying to explain it. Some light-skinned people have been made to feel that they are prettier aesthetically than dark-skinned people. But for me, I'm dark-skinned. Some light-skinned women are prettier than me. Some aren't. I just feel like if I've got a big nose and I just have a big nose and I don't feel like, I don't know. I have a bigger nose than anybody on that show. You know what I'm saying? OG talking about her nose. Your nose is not big, OG. It's not big. And everybody has big lips on that show. Nobody is lipless. So I don't understand the featureism portion of it. Like, you can be dark-skinned, but it seems like they're trying to say if you're dark-skinned with African features, you are not allowed to be called ugly. Like, every African person is beautiful. And that's just not true. None of everybody is beautiful. Like, there's not, like, all Londoners are beautiful or all, Asians are beautiful. No. Every race and everybody has somebody ugly within their race. And just because somebody calls you ugly doesn't mean that they are a colorist. And then you want to sit here and and why I say Evelyn she has done some questionable and said some questionable things, But the girl lays with nothing but dark skinned men for the most part. You know what I'm saying? She likes dark skinned men. She her best friend was dark skinned. You know, so I have a hard time believing that she incorporates herself so much with these dark skinned people and she doesn't like them because they're dark skinned. I just don't, or think she's better than. I don't get it. Like, there's plenty of people out there. She doesn't have to go after a certain type of man. And then I just feel like it's wrong because when you throw something out there like that because you feel like somebody hit you below the belt after you've hit them 1,000 times under the belt, you pretty much told this girl that you was messing with her husband when he was her husband. And then cried wolf when, got mad when, she struck back. And I don't like the fact that she chose that emoji. I feel like that emoji was treading the line. And when you add that emoji with the things that she said in the past, I get it. I get it. However, I do not believe that this show has a colorism issue. I just don't. If that was the case, then why didn't, then I guess that's why they're saying that Malaysia wasn't reprimanded for throwing the table. She's dark skinned like them. So they all the same color. They all chocolate. So I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And I wasn't going to make a separate video to make some people feel happy when I still don't fully believe the colorism is an issue on this show. I just don't. Even with Evelyn. Evelyn had beef with everybody. That's just Evelyn. She's just not a nice person for a very long time. I guess she only has so much time for you before she turns and does whatever she does. But I can't think of too many people that she hasn't had an issue with besides Shawnee. That's the only person I can think of that she's never had an issue with. If y'all can think of anybody else on this show that Evelyn has never had words with or had an issue with, I sure would like to know it. Because I don't know. I can't remember if her and Malaysia had anything, especially when Brandy was on the show. I think that was her name. The one that called Shawnee a bitch. Her, whose services were no longer needed. So I just have to be that one blogger that just doesn't fall into the trap. And if I lose 7 subscribers because I won't say Evelyn's a colorist, Basketball Wives a colorist, then I just have to lose some subscribers. I can't sit there and lose sleep. I'm not going to lose myself trying to please y'all and trying to believe an opinion that I don't. And OG really kind of threw it. She really made me say, okay, I'm not tripping. This girl is crazy. Now, they showed how she treated Kristen when they were on their retreat, wherever they was, when Evelyn went running after Cece. They showed her telling Kristen that she would break her jaw. They're just talking and going back and forth, and she threatens her with physical harm. I'm going to break your jaw. And then not even 5 minutes later, she jumps in her face like, and what are you going to do? Then what? Then what? But you acting like that's aggressive behavior. Y'all don't get along. You cannot do that and expect for somebody to be okay being around you. Plus, you built just like a man because you work out all the time and you play football and you're like, Rrr. So yeah, of course they're going to be scared of you, girl. Because you could probably do some real damage to their pretty little faces or whatever. But I don't think it's colorism. I just think that she's not all that attractive to a lot of people. And that doesn't mean... Just because you're not attracted to everybody doesn't mean that that's a colorist issue. She just doesn't, I don't know. She's doing better with her wigs at least. I will say that. Her dressing is a little bit better because she was not doing herself any favors with her fashion and her hair. I mean, that'll set some people aside. Like even in the real world, if somebody come around Joe Crew and they wigs a little cocky and look lopsided, you may not want to incorporate them in your life like that. OG's no different. And I do remember, I think they actually bought her a wig, or took her, had her, come through and see some new wigs. So, it was kind of mean girlish, but at the end of the day, it's not a colorism issue. And I just don't like that being thrown around, especially because people can use that as a crutch, to basically make the person stop. I'm going to make you stop teasing me. I'm going to make you stop roasting me by calling you a colorist and get all these people on my side because this is a revolution right now. So we're fighting all of this stuff. And I just feel like it was out of place. I really do. That's just my opinion. And again, you can go to another blogger and hear your opinion if that's what you want to do, or you can make your own blog. tag me to it. I'll listen. But at the end of the day, I have to stay true to myself. I have to stay true to my daughter and my sons. And like, my daughter is my complexion. She will not walk around like a victim, waiting to be victimized. She is going to know that the skin that she's in is beautiful, and nobody can take away from that. Whether they light, white, or whatever, dark skin, it don't matter. She's going to know that she's beautiful, so she's not going to be looking for outside validation from other people. What else do you have for her? That's what her mood's going to be. I'm going to make sure my daughter is full of confidence. So, and I, I really feel bad that if OG really felt that way, and I know they only show us what they want us to see. I don't know what happens behind scenes. I'm only going off of what they've shown me. With that being said, I think it was some mean girl stuff going on. I think Evelyn could really check her attitude in a lot of situations, but I just don't see it the way OG sees it and the way most of my viewers see it. And so if I lose you, I'm sorry. I'm not good, but I'm not going to just, talk to make you happy. I mean, I love you, but I love me more. I love me more, and I choose me. I choose me. I choose me in my opinions. So yes, Evelyn has some issues, and I think she probably needs some counseling, and she needs to be educated on what colorism is and how it works, and the things that you can say that will label you, that will make people label you a colorist. Saying that Ocho Cinco will be a black circle on your arm if you tattooed them, that would label you a colorist, honey. So you need to do something. You need to get some education classes. And I know it's different where you probably come from or whatever, but in America, we're not playing that, honey. So yes, I think you made the show look really, really bad, but I don't think it's a general issue on the show. No, I don't. Sorry. And that's pretty much, okay, I guess I can talk about the show just a little bit. Okay, so Kristen decided, they all got into the houses or whatever. Everybody arrived except for Phoebe. Phoebe is still quarantining because she came in contact with somebody that had COVID. So Kristen decided that she wanted to go and talk to OG, and that was the conversation I was just talking about that just went nowhere in circles. And OG really made herself look really worse because she was talking about, I don't see anything wrong with telling you that I was going to crack your jaw or break your jaw. I didn't do it. I showed restraint. Girl, that's still aggressive. It's still aggressive. You can't just be doing it, girl. So... And, Jackie basically told her that she appreciated her coming through. She told OG and Jennifer that they needed to chill. That she rented that house to have a good time and she'll do whatever she want to do in it. Jackie, don't get her started. Please don't get her started. But I like this season. I'm going to see where it goes, and I want to see what fences can be mended, because it's always better when all the girls can come together and have moments instead of everybody being separate and like this. Ugh. So hopefully they get it together soon. I'm hoping OG lets this colorism thing go, or they come to a happy medium. Maybe they say, okay, I see what you're saying, OG. I didn't mean to make you experience that, because please don't say you didn't mean to make her feel that way, because that's going to set her off. You didn't make me feel no type of way. Well, then why are we talking about this? If I'm hollering colorism, then my feelings have been hurt. But anyway, that is my $5.02. Peace.